Welcome, lords and ladies of fate. In this stream, we play various tabletop role-playing games as you, the audience, earn fate chips that can be used to reward or punish your favorite players or their characters. You can earn fate chips by just watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just contributing to the game. You can then use those fate chips to heal characters, adjust their next skill checks, force them to say silly lines, or just wreak havoc on the story. With us tonight, we are playing Rifts by Palladium Books. If you're unfamiliar with Rifts, it's a futuristic version of Earth where war and natural disasters devastated the Earth's population. Then magic ley lines that crisscross the Earth rip open rifts to other dimensions in time and space, allowing all manner of creature and beings to repopulate the planet. With us tonight, we have Michael playing as Rembrandt Brown, the Weapon X super spy. Then we've got Chance playing as Felix, the human totem warrior. We have myself playing as Illustracraft, the human princess Psi Nullifier. And then, of course, we're absent Bill and April, the two Atlanteans, but it's possible they could join us at some point in time. We'll see how the episode goes. But with us to mitigate the will of the fates is Julian, our GM.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody. Might notice another person joining us, but we'll get back to that later. For now, our heroes are in Mad Haven. Tonight's episode will be going into the Mounds of Madness territory, but first a little recap. When they arrived at the Longhouse Preserve, they were told that they were cursed and that they would never go home, which kind of bumped some of them out. Made a lot of people's shoulders rock, but bumped Remy out, really. But also told them that they should probably be as peaceful as they can to most creatures that they meet at Medhaven, and otherwise just not stay forever. Otherwise they'll, stay forever. They headed towards what was called Jersey, to find the former bunker of Dr. Killian, the mad scientist, whom research notes you have been hunting for some time now. When you arrive there, Lenny, your talking car, who might be an AI, be something different, you never know, behaved rather oddly and began singing and zigzagging and stuff like that, and one of the coherent things he said was something about not being hurt by someone named Archie. Well, probably nothing really, but we'll get back to that another time. Quite wisely, our heroes decided to pull the car back from this field of madness, that apparently also affected technology, well, the car anyway, and headed on towards their goal when the voices began. Felix was especially hit by this, being very open to, everything on the third plane, heard a lot of very painful and loving and hateful voices in unison, so couldn't really make anything out.
You have to be able to hear my spirits.
Yeah, exactly. You also experienced some weird sensations of turning reality inside out as water flowed upwards and frogs began raining and stuff like that. Normal stuff. And a bit of eyes following you. You also discovered, with Rembrandt's X-ray vision, that apparently a great big tunnel system abounds in this area, which apparently is where the eyes are running and finding you. Anyway, you tried to ignore the voices. Well, Lasma ignored the voices quite well because she couldn't hear the voices, being what she is and everything. But you found yourself stepping, apparently, on an onion farm. Oh, I think we might have a visitor. Yes. And this onion farm was, farmed by an onion man, really. His name was Bob. He was very angry about Felix stepping on his onions, and made him really replant everything while he had a talk with Remy, and told him about these mercenary people who apparently were in the area, exploded some stuff, went into a basement, and ran away screaming. You went to this bunker, which was incidentally the bunker you were looking for, and found, well, a very small bomb shelterish bunker, which wasn't really all that weird. A bit of a sign of combat, and some secret doors, and some laboratory gear. You know, the usual stuff. While you were checking this out, you were attacked by a slime being with many faces, who apparently was very angry about you hurting its master, whoever that is. You dispersed it with, well, not dispersed it, you dispatched it with a fire extinguisher and chopped it into pieces and put it in the fridge. And then set towards examining the bunker further. You found at the last moment the updated journal of Dr. Killian, of which you had only had pieces so far, which revealed that apparently Dr. Killian was gonna sabotage an interdimensional experiment on Coney Island. And something about a guy with some tattoos on his hands that really was rather suspicious. And I'm very happy you're here, Bill, so you heard that last part. For reasons. Hello. Good to see our Atlanteans back. And that was where we ended. You are still in the bunker. Forsyth looking away in documents, being very happy. And of course Remy also being very happy, but mainly downloading instead of looking, because you know you could always look later. At this moment, you hear a pop and see a blue light from atop the stairs. And falling down the stairs apparently are a couple of Atlanteans.
Just one. Just one.
Oh, one today. One Atlantean. The other one apparently is still reporting back to the bosses. You have been reporting back to your bosses.
Okay.
So you find yourself in the bunker. That is, you're on in roll 20 at this point. Also, Bill, if you haven't read it yet, there's a document which is the complete journal of Dr. Killian. Well, the semi-complete journal. I'm not going to write the entire journal. On our Discord, so if you want to read that at your convenience, you can see where we're at.
Didn't we learn the guy with the tattoo, his name was Cole? Or...
No, that was the guy he apparently replaced. Yes, and mentioning that, apparently one of the professors was named Cole. Completely coincidental, has nothing to do with some other Cole
Are we sure about that?
guy. Maybe.
Well,
I mean, how many Coles can there be? Like, where I come from, everybody, you don't share names with people. That's just silly.
And she is a princess of a fantasy realm where coincidences don't really happen.
Right? It's destiny.
Exactly.
Destiny.
You are apparently in the right direction. This is a clue that destiny awaits you. The name Cole. Yes. You are in the bunker. What do you do aside from helping Demetrius to his feet?
I'm gonna be getting this muck because we got sucked inside of that jelly thing, so I'm gonna like be cleaning myself off.
Yeah. Yep. Much pain. Lots of burn wounds.
I want to scan the area for anything hidden or undetectable with my X-ray vision.
It seems that everything is revealed on the map that I put on Roll20. There's when you look out with X-ray vision, it's solid dirt all the way around. Yes.
So
You had. Sorry.
So I say to the professor, I say, this is what we were looking for, right? This is end mission.
Oh, well, not exactly. This is worrying because it seems like it says in the journal that they were doing folding space experiments. We really should look into that. I mean...
Yeah, that information will probably be more detailed in these reports that we're finding. We're probably going to learn more about what they were up to or what they were doing from reading and researching what they were up to than actually questioning them. So I don't...
Yes, but I think when we are so close, we really should get a look. I mean... it's a couple of hours.
I get
at
I
most.
get that. I just want to acknowledge that we're redefining the arrangement. At one point, we were here to get the information, and we have succeeded in that mission. Um,
Oh,
your
yes.
well, your colleagues were heroes, acquisition to assist you. They were paid. I was not. So anything outside of this is
They haven't really been paid yet.
well, okay. Then I think that would be a good time to settle up. Since we did
when we
complete
get back to Laszlo, I'm
mission that was
sure we'll.
assigned to us.
But if you mean now, I don't have money.
No, I don't mean now. I
mean, the mission was to bring him back with the information too, so.
So we have the information, and the option now is to bring him back.
We have the first step of the information.
Yeah, we still got to find out about.
Because we were
Cole.
sent out to. Yeah, we were sent out to find the information, and so we found the initial part of the information, but it led to more information. Plus, she needs to find Cole. That Cyber Knight lied to her, abandoned her. We need to find out why.
That's a good. We can do that, but is that where we're headed? Is that taking us towards that direction, that destination, or away from it? Or is Cole headed towards Coney Island, or are we going away from Cole as we're headed towards Coney Island?
We'll have to find that out.
Yeah, it's a big world. But it sounds like you have an agenda and an intention, and I'm all for that. Finding Cole sounds like a good objective. I just don't see where we are here, why we should continue any further since we've actually completed what we were set out to do.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
To be honest, it would be rather silly going all the way back to get all the way here. It did take us quite some time getting
Right.
here.
I'm on a spirit quest. They didn't say to stop when I got here. They just pointed me in the direction.
Are they still pointing you towards Coney Island?
I mean, that's not really how they work. They pointed me towards this. And this is now pointing me towards that. That's how the spirits, they're really kind of vague, but you gotta trust. You have to have faith and believe that the spirits are pointing you in the right directions. I mean, I can summon, I can see if they're around. I can talk to them. Try to see if there are any spirits here. Ooh, that's a good idea. I wonder if there are any spirits here.
Weren't you guys saying you guys have been hearing voices the whole time? I'd assume there's lots of spirits here already.
Maybe. If we
Quite a lot of spirits. You are not in any doubt that there are quite a lot of spirits around. Your senses has gone haywire since the moment you arrived, and you're still in the outskirts of Mad Haven. You are quite aware that it would be dangerous to commune with spirits without being very specific in this area.
Oh, I don't even have to try because they're already screaming in my head.
Oh yes.
Well, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that's the next step we should go. I mean, I don't have an idea. Maybe the spirits might know.
Talk to the voices
our next
inside your
move.
guys' heads.
Mostly the voices are just talking about flaying skin.
Oh. Well, that doesn't sound nice.
And, you know, sometimes they're talking about onions, and sometimes they're talking about wind, and sometimes there's names. I hear, like, train sounds. I don't know. Cars. Lots of gunshots.
See, I haven't been at Laszlo yet. I haven't met the people you have. I haven't had the opportunity of going through the equipment process that you guys have, or the Heroes Guild. It would be interesting for me, to make some connections.
Oh yeah, I got
Rub
this
some
nice
elbows.
little necklace thing for my ferret. And it was fun.
You notice Dr. Forsyth when you say Heroes Guild going, huh?
Well, is there anything else we need from in here? Because I kind of want to get away from this little jelly thing as quick as possible.
Well,
That actually depends on you. Dr. Forsyth has done. Remy, you have downloaded as much as you can possibly fit into your hard disk. Of course, it's not all of it, but There is quite a lot, and you've done mainly the software you can sell on, I guess. Yeah. Sorry.
This is not my area of expertise.
So is there anyone who want to do anything different down here while you're here, or do you want to continue on?
Is there anything worth taking?
Well, aside from the data, most of the expensive stuff is nailed down. There are some small personal items that could, maybe for the right buyer, be worth a couple of 100 credits, but nothing big. No. It's mainly the data. If you had the right equipment with the right tools and such, and could actually take this with you, it would be worth rather a lot, but it would take some construction work.
Demetrius just marks it on his map that he was given.
Yes.
A silo, and that's all he really needs.
You do notice when you do that Coney Island is not far from here. It is also on the map.
Yeah, I mark it.
Well, not far, so that's all is relative.
Lenny's safe. It's good. Let's go check it out. Can't be worse than here.
Cool.
I agree.
Let's go.
Well, you leave the bunker and be careful not to step on the onions, except for Demetrius, who doesn't know about the onions, but I guess the rest of the people tell him. As you continue onwards into the haunted ruins, Demetrius, you haven't seen all of this, so you are quite startled by the fact that...
Sorry, that's me.
You notice that some of the buildings are bleeding, and that apparently sometimes the earth is rolling and voices are speaking in your head. This is really not a nice place. You sense that it's not an illusion. It's different. It's kind of like the area is saturated with random magic. So you can't really tell what's real and what's not. But as you head onwards into this weird jungle of ruins, trees, and death, you begin to distinguish one sound that's not a voice shouting for freedom or blood in your head. It's more like a yipping. Quite a lot of yipping, really. More, kind of maybe a pack of something that yips.
Doggies.
Were chihuahuas or something?
Lore. I have some lore here, like lore demons and monsters. And I also have lore animals and cattle.
Well, actually, do me the animal one, just for the fun of it.
Okay. 1D 100 less than 61. Cut it in half.
Very nice. It's not animals really as such. Not any you've heard of anyway. It might, and I stress might, sound like giant porcupines.
Giant porcupines.
Yes. If a porcupine was very big, that might be the yipping sound they might make.
We have porcupines, folks. Big ones.
Well, I hope they're nice.
Giant. I bet they're pretty prickly.
As you hear this news, anybody who has either streetwise or intelligence, could you please do me a roll?
I definitely don't have streetwise, but let's see. I don't have intelligence either.
Well, if you have some, I don't think you have it, but architecture would work as well. But you know.
I have animal husbandry.
No, you're muted, Michael.
I made my roll. I did intelligence.
Cool. You notice that some of these ruins are not as random as they appear to be. It seems to kind of form a system of ramps that circles around. You're reminded of skateboard halls. Very big ones. I mean, city-sized.
Okay, so I relay that message to everyone. What about detect ambush? Should I take a roll on that?
Well, if you have to detect ambush, you without rolling, you do know that these ramps, if you have the proper vehicles, would be really good at ambushing people with.
Are these ramps now? They're man-made. You're saying because the buildings form these things, or?
Well, not exactly man-made as much as man-manipulated. It seems like the debris has been pushed just to form the ramps. They're not perfect by any means. You have to be quite a good skateboarder to use them, but still, if you are quite a good skateboarder, it would work. So more along the lines that buildings have been knocked over in the proper direction.
And I'm hearing these noises too, and I heard about the porcupines.
Oh yes. Once you have been drawn, your attention has been drawn to it. No, all of you heard the yipping noises. So, including you, Astra. By the way, this is
Oh, I heard them.
something you hear. You hear the yipping. You heard the yipping. This is rather important.
It's go time.
Let's go meet him.
You continue onwards. Rather coincidentally, the way you're going is also towards the yipping noises.
I go
And as you...
intangible.
Good. Probably a good precaution.
Stay in the back and just keep a scope on the situation.
You begin to hear that the yipping noises is not so much clustered in a direction at this point as not surrounding you, but sounding from around you. Sort of. And is intermixed with what seems to be engine noises.
I'm getting some real Snake Plissken vibes here.
Hey, our Atlantean has a Pegasus, doesn't he?
Well, we can summon one.
Want,
You're muted,
you
Demetrius.
want to take a bird's eye look?
I see what's going on here. It's time to move.
You're still muted. Oh, no.
I tell him that I don't call on the Pegasus often. He's for special use. I don't just ride him whenever. In other words, he's like a last resort kind of thing.
I can jump on Slick and try to go up one of the taller buildings here and see if I can see something.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, I'll try that.
Sweet. Well, Slick looks at you expectantly, lets you climb aboard and begins climbing a building. He has no problem climbing these buildings. You, however, need to do me, let's say... Actually, let's just make a climbing roll just for you to hold on. It doesn't need to be perfect. A little bit above doesn't mind. I don't mind that, but let's see what happens.
All right.
Okay. You don't fall off, but you are swinging from the reins of Slick as it darts up this vertical surface. You do, however, get to the, well, not roof, but the top that is still there of this ruin, and climb aboard Slick without any further damage. And give me a perception roll, please.
That I'm not so good at. Actually, I'm not bad at it.
That's a pretty good roll,
Yeah.
even without bonuses. Yeah, you do notice something that, is movement all around, really. Buildings collapsing in the horizon now and then. Weird stuff going on that you're not really sure you want to know about. But in your general vicinity, you see some of these dust clouds have a purpose. They seem to be moving in your general direction. Following along these ramps, you notice that the dust cloud clears a bit, and you see one of these very odd creatures on what appears to be a unicycle. I will just reveal in Roll20 how the unicycling, riding, porcupine-looking man, well, looks. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
All right.
There seems to be rather a lot of these, as more of them ride out of the dust cloud and use the ramps to make some very impressive riding, but again, in your general direction. Well, the party's general direction, not your specific general direction.
All right. I will instruct Slick to head back down and share this knowledge with everybody.
I'll walk towards them out in the open.
Well, it does take some time before they actually get to you, but yeah, you prepare to walk out in the open when you see them. Cool, cool.
Yeah. Man shape.
Anyone else?
Rest of you might want to take cover.
Yeah, I take cover.
Oh, but they look so friendly.
Cool.
They got these cute little bike things that they ride.
I will.
They could be
wanna-
prickly, so we need to be polite.
I want to drop my form and grab my
Shadow.
rifle.
Sorry, Bill. What did you say?
So I'll use my dark powers tattoo and fade into the shadows.
Cool. So actually, you do look rather alone, Felix. As apparently these dust clouds approaches, you can see them too now, and not far soon. Far after that, you do also see these very strange porcupine-looking humanoids.
Imitate voices and
Right.
sounds.
Well, they do this yipping noise. But you do notice that it's not like an animal doing yipping, because they do it in intervals that's more like a war shout, or not necessarily war, but you know, having fun shout.
Right.
What
What do I need? A
They
56?
are holding what looks like improvised energy weapons.
I'm yipping just like them.
You are indeed yipping just like them, which draws their attention, and they begin riding down towards you, yipping quite madly. Actually, do me one of those animal law thingy again, just to make so you might
Ooh,
be.
I made it by 4.
You can recognize that it is a challenge, but it's not a battle challenge. And they ride around you.
Let's see. Let's go giant fox form. That sounds fun.
They are a bit startled, but it doesn't seem like it's completely surprising that stuff like this happens.
And they're riding
and
like
they-
giant rocket unicycle things, right?
Exactly. So they're used to weird stuff. But they are yipping like more like laughing, and you do hear chortles amongst these yipping. You all hear this, of course. And one of them actually breaks just a couple of inches before you and looks directly into your eyes, which means his very pointy nose is touching your nose, and goes, "Yep."
Moo.
Hey there, stranger.
Yarp.
Bringing it back. Moo.
It will stay with this group for hopefully. Hey there.
Hi.
You're fun.
Thanks. What's your name? I'm Felix.
I'm Gregor.
Gregor? Good to meet you.
Gregor.
What are you guys up to?
Just riding around, having fun. You don't look insane.
What does insane look like?
Mostly jumping around, smearing yourself with weird stuff.
I mean, I have
a long
warp.
time around here, and you're not from around here.
Nah, we're just checking through. I do have war
Why?
paint, so I mean,
What you do?
like I've got war paint, so.
Oh, but are you going to war?
No, but I like to put it on when I know I'm getting ready to somebody's trying to hurt me or my friends. I like to put on the war paint and it scares them.
Huh. How about that? Huh. Okay, fair enough. Just so you know, you go completely insane if you stay around here too long.
Yeah, that's what we've heard. We're trying to move pretty quickly. We're heading to Coney.
Oh. Well, be careful.
Appreciate it. We'll do our best.
Are you sure you want to go to Coney Island? You don't look. Is it just you?
Oh no. There's an us. They just they're hanging out. We're protecting somebody. And
Hey.
yeah.
Are the rest of you bigger than you?
No, I'm probably the biggest.
Oh.
Well, I guess I'm the biggest that doesn't have wheels. Oh, and then there's my horse. My horse is bigger than me.
You should probably talk to Mickey before you go then.
Mickey? Sure.
Kind of one from one of our tribe. He's been around the place. He can kind of tell you where not to go because.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That's where the Dino Man is. I mean.
The Dino Men?
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. I've never met any Dino Men.
Good. You know what? Come along, mate. We'll give you a beer and then we'll tell you a bit about stuff and.
You guys are awesome.
Oh,
Hey team. They're gonna give us some guidance here. Let's rally
I told
out.
you they were nice.
When the other people appear, they are a bit startled, and some of them are going "yep" and raising their gun towards you. But other than that, they don't. They come down a bit afterwards and lead you towards what seems like a subway station. On the way, the leader, Wigga, you're not really sure if it's a boy or a girl. That's hard to tell with these people. Asks you, Felix. You've seen kind of your people before. Well, not you, but your kind of people. You seem human-shaped. Have you ever seen these big lizards? Great big winged lizards.
Like flying and breathing fire and stuff?
Yeah, I guess they can fly. They're not from around here. We found one. It's in a
Dragons?
really bad shape.
Oh, injured?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can take a look at it if you'd like me to. I don't know if they're... It's friendly?
It hasn't bitten anyone yet.
Good enough for me.
Very eloquent for a lizard.
Hey, Lester, you want to go with me check
Of
this out?
course.
Let's go find this flying lizard.
You all arrive at what appears to, again, be an old subway station that has been, well, dug out to contain a lot of people. Most of the ones you see are these porcupine-looking humanoids in various sizes and colors. But here and there you do see these other, what you would consider misshapen creatures. Very gangly, almost skeletal, but metal skeletal, and what seems like pantomime masks as faces. I'll just
Would these be
show
the
you how
mutants?
they look.
Would these be the mutants they described to us before?
It doesn't seem like the Dino Men, but these two you've noticed so far definitely seems like some of the mutants you've heard of. But some of these small, gangly, metalish looking creatures are also around, looking at you. Some of them waving, some of them hiding.
They make me quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, those are terrifying.
Yes, they are. They're great pictures in that book. But after a short walk, you are led first to a very big chamber, which Remy, you notice, has probably been some sort of waiting chamber with kiosks and stuff like that before the cataclysm. Now it is a resident to a very big lizard. This lizard, could you describe this lizard, Dave?
Oh, me. All right. Well, it is most definitely a dragon. Has the standard dragon accoutrements, long, long mouth filled with sharp teeth, leathery wings, forelegs, tail, horns and spikes all over the body, down the spine, on top of the head, along the tail. It is about 25 feet high at the shoulder, almost 60 feet long. Its wingspan is close to 100 feet when it's stretched out. The scales are a bronzish, goldish color, and it looks at the arrivals with bluish eyes, and it just sort of withdraws its head a little bit, kind of shrinking behind its shoulders.
Now, Dave, on your way here, or Kia, I should say, you were unfortunately assaulted. Well, not assaulted. You were met by some very strange-looking mutants. I don't know. Have you ever seen Dragonheart?
Dragonheart?
Mm-hmm. You know the old Sean
Oh
Connery.
yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. The whole meat business where they were stamping and very much trying to eat you kind of took over, and everything got a bit out of control, and trying not to hurt them too much, you were quite hurt in the process, and blacked out, mainly because you were also assaulted by all these voices all the time.
The peasants are revolting. They've always been revolting. Now they're rebelling.
Exactly. And when you awoke, you found yourself in this subway tunnel with some more friendly mutants looking after you. And I think it's also appropriate that the rest of you describe yourself to Kia, so he knows what he's seeing. Let's start with Chance or Felix.
Yeah, so big bronze Native American guy, got a tribal headdress, a bow with no string, couple of hatchets on either hip, feathery loincloth. He looks like he would be intimidating and quiet, but for some reason he keeps talking.
Cool. Milastra?
Well, she's decently tall enough, blonde, princess-looking lady who is in a sci-fi-ish looking armor. I think she's currently wearing the NEC-20 camouflage armor. But always has a very positive disposition and smile on the face, and very bubbly personality, which is reflected in her movements. Very whimsical.
Remy?
Remy's African American. He's average height, athletic build. He's wearing what appears to be padded armor. He's also holding something long, and
That's what she said.
it's got like
That one's for free, chat.
looks like a mechanical functional device of some sort. I don't know if you're familiar with weaponry, but pleasant and very curious.
Cool. Demetrius?
All right, so Demetrius is basically he looks like any Mediterranean Greek god, basically very cut, very muscular, wears very little to any clothing except for maybe a hood or a cloak, and he's got leather pants on down below, and they're armored boots that he carries, but for the most part he's covered in tattoos.
These are the people looking at you with some concern in their eyes. Most of them, they don't look like they're, well, probably not scared of you.
Hi, I'm Felix.
The dragon just sort of pokes out a little bit more and sniffs at the air.
Lots of crazy spirits around here, huh?
Sorry, I had a burrito.
Are you hurt?
No. I mean, considering that I have bioregeneration, I'd probably fine by now.
There is some, lingering pain, not direct NPC damage, but you still feel scars of battle, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm okay. And Dragon sounds just like that, very unsure and...
Do you need help? What brought you here? Why are you here? Do you live here? Have you been here long?
Haven't been here long. I came out this way because hang on a second, let me check. This is where Sir Mason was headed. Yeah,
Sir Mason.
Yeah, he was my friend.
Oh. We seem to have a lot of Sir friends that were heading this way and disappeared.
I'm looking for Sir Cole.
Me too.
Her too.
We were hanging out together, and we had a really good connection, and he gave me all this stuff, and then we went to town and disappeared. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, and this guy's looking for Cole too, isn't he? No, his mentor was looking for Cole, because Cole was his mentor's assistant.
Okay. This is kind of seemed like the obvious place to go.
Well, we do have a lead that there is at least a Cole of some sort on Coney Island. It's not too far from here if you want to hang with us.
Is he a cyber knight?
Her Cole is. The Cole that we're looking for, we're not totally sure if it's the same, but really, what are the coincidences, right?
How many people can there be named Cole? I mean, that's just silly.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's the same one. He's so otherworldly. I mean, he's fantastic.
And the dragon looks over at the porcupine creatures and can I go with them?
Sure, mate. We told you. We just wanted to make sure you were all right. You're not a prisoner or anything. Sure you're okay?
Um, I think I'll be okay. I'm not physically hurt anymore.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good. You'll take care of him, right? He may look big, but I think he's very young.
Oh, he'll be fine. We'll take care of him.
Demetrius steps forward and speaks in Dragonese. Don't worry, we're friends. We can help.
And the eyes just go wide once he hears Dragonese, and the response, "You speak Dragon." I didn't think there were many people that did.
Yeah, my people speak many languages.
I can also speak that.
And yeah,
Oh,
so
you understand the conversation perfect.
forgive the player for follow, being hoisted on my own petard for the naming, but the dragons. My name is Kirthraxis Araglith Varson Drex.
All right, we'll just call you Kier then.
That is simpler. That's what Sir Mason called me.
Well, all right. Well, let's. I definitely want to share a beer with the porcupines before we go.
Good.
Hopefully, it helps tamp down the voices if I have a drink in my head.
The beer you are offered, and everybody's offered beer if you want to, is homemade, and tastes surprisingly well, conditions taken into consideration. You notice while you're here that the technology level is clunky but good. Mainly early 20th century tech, but homemade.
Where are they
So
get-
all the more impressive for that.
Where are they getting
It
the
seems
fuel
like
from?
these. Oh, sorry.
Where are they getting the fuel from? I asked them. Device.
Apparently, they have some that they found in basements and stuff like that, and they make some as well.
They make fuel.
Yep.
How so?
They have some
Alcohol
chemical
is a fuel.
recipes.
But what are they using? I'm just curious.
Mainly alcohol-based stuff. Oil, if they can.
I'm sure there's plenty of energy cells scattered around still too.
They do have some energy weapons looking around, but it seems like it's mainly scavenged. A lot of it they don't seem like they're very familiar with their weapons, the way they're holding them. Remy, you especially noticed this. But they seem to be able to handle them, just not, military trained to handle them. But you rest up, get some homebrew beer, and get ready to move onwards onto Coney Island. And I think this is a great time to take a small break and
All right.
fill our cups and such. So 5 minutes, and we're right back with the madness. Madness!
On.
Welcome back. Well, you have a little bit of fun with these strange but very nice and welcoming and relaxed creatures. Well, people. Let's not be naughty. They do tell you that these dino men, that is in the area you're heading towards, are
Right.
not as friendly as they are. They describe them as quite big, scaly, and well, usually live underwater.
I look at the
but
very
they-
large, scaly flying creature beside me.
Not that scaly, more slick.
I'm gonna try one of the.
Not quite
I'm
as
gonna try
lizard.
one of their beers, but
Sorry?
I'm used to drinking wine, so it's a little harsh for me. Gonna drink it.
They actually. Oh, sorry. They do actually serve you some cider. That's actually pretty good.
Have they been able to?
Yeah.
How have they been able to avoid them, or what kind of tactical approaches do they use when they are engaged with these creatures?
Well, mainly we just kind of stick to our own territory. We're mainly just in tribes, so we don't go where they are, and they don't go where we are. Usually it works.
How many?
Thousands ish. Last
So we
time
should
we checked.
probably try not to make too big of a fuss.
Oh, probably a good idea, really.
Do they communicate with each other?
Yes. They do talk, just not well.
They understand basic.
Yeah, they do. They do understand words, but don't try to do the diplomatic route. We kind of tried that a couple of years ago, and we lost our diplomat. So,
What kind of weapons do they use?
fists mainly.
Are they
Some them
made
use
of
clubs.
acid?
No.
Okay, we're
No.
good then.
No, they're not. No, don't think so. No. Also, not that it seems like you're going that way, but just so you know, the Blessed Lady, he points in the direction where you saw the statue, is a no-go zone, unless you want to be skinned alive and eaten. Just so you know.
Oh god.
Pass. Hard pass. Thanks.
Wait, what was this?
The Blessed Lady, the big statue. That's kind of a god, so
We'll leave her alone. Promises. Let's go to Coney Island now.
well, sure. Have a good time.
Thanks. I hear there's hot dogs.
Why are their dogs hot?
Oh,
I don't know. Just what they call it, I guess.
and as the group gets ready to leave the underground bunker, Kier stretches out a little bit, and you notice that there's a backpack that's fastened on his right foreleg, sort of like an arm pouch for a dragon. He takes that off and then sort of looks around and then shrinks down, and you now see a human boy, early teenage years, also, sans clothing, but he does go into the backpack and pull out some rather loose-fitting clothing, sandals for the feet, and then he looks back up to you. Oh, also light brown hair, blue eyes, and he says, "Okay, wherever you're going."
Great, Kier. Glad to have you with us.
That's magical. I didn't know you could do that.
No, all
Actually, I think, Illustra, you probably know about dragons and
Oh, would I?
shape-changing.
Okay.
There are probably dragons in your world. That is one of the things you probably know about.
I can't keep this form for really long. Maybe, a third of a day.
Can you animorph? Can you go in? Can you transform into a sea creature and go underwater, for instance?
Yeah, I can. By the way, Julian, how many times a day can I do it? I know that I'm limited to 3 hours per level for a single transformation, but how many times can I do the transformation every day?
I usually play it by that you just have the 9 hours that it would be, and you just use them whenever you want to. I think that's the easiest way of
Fair
doing
enough.
it.
That's fine. Okay. But yeah, Kier
So
does
you just pot them
respond.
up.
Kier does respond. Yeah, I can change into like fish and things in the water.
So you could change into a cow and we could get milk out of you?
Oh God.
Well, that just went awkward.
He's going back to
Real
that spit
fast.
drinking thing.
I
I have nipples, Greg.
Yes.
Can you milk me?
Could you turn into a chicken and lay an egg?
I think there's just some questions we just don't need to answer. Let's just.
You were starving just a few days ago. This is breakfast.
I feel like we could do okay.
Why look a gift horse in the mouth?
It's not the mouth that I'm worried about right now.
It's the cloaca.
I don't know. I don't need to eat at all, so I haven't tried.
Well, I would definitely like to try some eggs. So if whenever you can get around to doing that, you let me know.
Dragon chicken egg.
Dragon chicken eggs. I've never had that before. That'd be definitely fascinating.
Demetrius, I think you're the sole person in this group that knows just how extremely disrespectful that is.
And we got Onion Boy. We can grab a couple of his relatives.
I'm gonna let him just roll with it. I'm stunned.
We can have some scrambled eggs with some onions. I mean, that sounds delicious. I'm just throwing it out there. Just,
The last time I heard anybody talk to a dragon like this, he was eating.
I'm exploring the benefits.
The benefits are we have this magnificent creature that is willing to accompany us to this Coney Island.
This magnificent MDC
Milk
toughness
carton.
creature that breathes MDC fire.
I'm looking at an MDC milk carton is what I'm looking at.
That's a spicy meatball.
Questions you didn't think you wanted to ask about dragons and shapeshifting.
This is some Necronomicon level stuff right now. You learn this information, you start losing your sanity.
It is Mad Haven.
Anyway, while this discussion about chickens and eggs and dragons goes on, you slowly leave the confines of the subway station and head further on into the ruined madness towards Coney Island. The reality disturbance continues, much to your annoyance. A good amount of times you have to hide behind something big because you think a building is collapsing, only to find out that it's just an illusion or something of the like, and it rebuilds itself. There are tidal waves, which are kind of easy to understand is not real because you would probably have seen it coming. But every now and then you are being completely flushed by tidal waves that disappear in a second. And again, the pits of ruined streets where you think you're walking on sidewalks and it's mainly just windows because you're walking up a building. A lot of the time you're using on just not dying from falling. Well, not so much the dragon.
I'm walking on
Um,
ruins. Whoa!
And that is not mentioning, again, the voices. And they are getting closer. The good news is that it seems to be thinning out. There's not that many voices. The bad news is that they seem to be more specific. More along the lines of, let me eat your liver.
I don't know about you guys, but I think this place is much nicer than what people were saying it was.
Apparently, Lustra has no problem with all these weird stuff. However, this might change as you notice something stumbling out of a crevice of two falling buildings. It seems to have a humanoid shape. Ish. As it approaches, you notice it seems to be made of paper. Not only paper, but folded posters that assembles in a weird jigsaw of several former very pretty ladies in swimsuits, but in a combination that makes it horrid to look at, but forms an entire lady made of hollowed out paper.
I mean, I guess beauty comes in all kinds of ways.
Hello.
Diablo's trying the paper armor route.
I will just roll a dice for reasons unknown. That's the only result I don't want, so I'll roll an... Stop it! Stop it! God damn it! This is not the time! What? Oh, good. Why isn't that D5?
There is a D5. Just
I
roll
got
D5.
I got 3 6s in a row on my D6, Jet, so you know why I'm saying stop it all the time. Anyway, that means that Remy, this paper woman, seems to be approaching you. Oh, you're muted.
Hello.
I go intangible.
Good idea.
I let her approach me. I greet her.
The lips of a poster rips open as she talks, and you see complete emptiness within. As you hear the words, "Hello, big boy. Do you want a date?"
I'm already spoken for.
Oh, I thought I was going to go for it after
How about a Tuesday?
Giuliani obviously did not clean up Times Square enough.
Come on, big boy. Your lady doesn't need to
I
know.
don't,
She says in a voice that seems like crackling paper, by the way.
I don't want this thing like 15 feet close to me. As it keeps approaching, I'll just back off into maintain that distance.
I won't bite unless you want to. She approaches a bit faster.
I think my friend said no.
She apparently ignores you. Everyone but Remy really.
I want to do a horror factor. How do you do that?
Well, you kind of go boo. I guess you.
I want to
just describe how you try to scare it away.
Well, my experiment wasn't as perfect as it looks. I can go intangible, and I usually keep the same appearance, but it went further than that, and I can actually remove the face that I have to maintain. And it's
awesome.
and it's decayed, ripped, dripped flesh, and it's a horrid thing to see.
I like it. I'm gonna roll a horror factor.
Me too.
What's your horror factor?
Yeah. Let me check that out. I think it's 18, but let me see. 14.
Roll a good lore. Or demons and monsters. Is this a demon or a monster?
I'll get back to you once we roll these. Oh, it rolls rather well. And you
14.
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
cool. But Illustra.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, poor Illustra. Poor Illustra. Demetrius, you are quite sure that this is an entity, which means it's a ghost, basically. In this case, it might, you're not sure, could be a tectonic entity, which kind of just uses stuff around it. It usually is much angrier, not speaking, as this usually causes earthquakes and such.
Is there a way I could combine that with my intimidation to be like, get away, kind of thing?
You know what? Give me an intimidate roll and let's see if they if it's good. I'll add a minus and then it, because she's saved so far. But,
Sorry, that was it. No, that wasn't it.
Oh no, it's
Wow,
it's wrong.
I nailed that. Get away!
How much is your intimidate factor?
I have, my intimidate is 65%.
Oh, very nice. Yes, that would be enough of a minus. Well, that's a bucket list scratched. You just scared a ghost.
And me.
A ghost scared me.
And most definitely you. She goes, "Ah, what are you?" And paper just falls to the ground, and you hear this rustle in the wind, and you feel that you're more alone than before. You're never quite alone here, but
I scan.
good on you.
Thank you. I scan the area for any residuals, anything that looks traceable or detectable. Is there any?
You and I are going to have a talk.
I'm jumping
Put your face back
behind
on.
the next barrier.
We're not talking until you put your face back.
I put my face back.
I'm not coming out.
Maybe it's hell, maybe it's Maybelline.
Science comes with a cost, guys.
I don't like this science
Definitely. Give me magic any day.
And this is why you should listen to the spirits and be in tune with nature.
Very nice.
Don't do drugs, kid.
You continue on. Every now and then, a presence tries to contact you. It seems like it's too far away. You dodge some debris that is thrown at you every now and then, because apparently some of them get angry that they can't contact you. But most of the time, it seems like you're left alone. You begin to notice after about an hour of walking that this might have something to do with Illustra, because the aura of not really trying to communicate seems to be pretty much centered around her.
Yeah.
Demetrius is closer.
You are all circling around Illustra.
I mean, I'm still taking point.
Fair enough. I would like you, if you have detect ambush, let's start with that. For those of you who have that.
I sure as heck do.
Sorry, what was that?
Detect
And I
ambush.
sure as heck failed.
You did.
Sense.
You did as well. Good. Then let's make perception test for everybody. Oh, you have to take ambush as well, Bill.
So it's just perception is just D20, right?
Yes, and you have a bonus from your IQ based on if your IQ was your ME. I know it sounds a bit weird.
Okay, so what's the IQ bonus to perception?
If you take the save versus psionics you would get from if you had your IQ as an ME value, that's your perception bonus.
Okay. Let me take a look at that.
This is an official rule, by the way. Yay, Palladium.
I have a save psionics, and I don't have a
No, but it's actually your IQ, but you substitute your IQ with your ME to find the bonus, and the bonus you use is the one you would have against. It's a weird system.
So if you have 20 IQ, it's a +3.
Yeah. It's odd, but let's face it. Sometimes Palladium does very strange things.
Yeah. That's putting it mildly.
Do that again, because I don't see that. I see a perception area, but it's not filled in.
Actually, it's because the perception roll is cut and pasted from the Nightspawn game in the Ultimate Guide, so they haven't gotten the entire page. They're lacking the bonus part.
Well, that's terrible.
So the rule is in the Nightspawn, Nightbane Corpus, and I have that. So that's how you do it basically.
So if I have an ME of 24, what does that give me?
It's your IQ, but you put your IQ in the place of your ME on the table to see the bonus you would get. So what do you have an IQ? I can check it.
Yeah, IQ of 22.
22, then you
Gotta
definitely
be
have a
+4.
bonus. +4.
+4. Okay.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's +4.
But let's see.
Yep, 4.
Your rolls were pretty good, except for Kier. We still need Bill. You still need a perception.
And
I never make exception.
I think after the last conversation about Remy being hungry, wanting to eat dragon eggs, and seeing his horrible face, I would also probably be wanting to spend some time looking around for things that are edible and foraging.
Well, you do notice some mushrooms here and there. You don't know if they're edible, but oh, Bill did fantastically. So actually, only our dear hatchling doesn't really notice anything odd going on.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you, however, have a strange sensation, not of being watched because you've had that since you entered, really, but being followed. More than the just, what are you doing here, but actually being shadowed.
Why don't you guys keep going on ahead? I'll catch up.
And let's see.
And I'll tuck into a dark alley.
Excellent. And follow behind very stealthily.
I'll wait for a minute, see what's following.
Cool. Give me a prowl check.
1d100 less than... Let's go with 51.
Good. Well, as the rest of you
I'll
head
take the
on.
lead.
Well, it seems to be helping, really. But as you continue on and the group gets further and further on, you can still, of course, follow them. You're an excellent tracker, so it's not a big problem. You do notice for a slight bit of time on one of the, again, not rooftops because the roof is gone, but the top of the ruin, a figure emerging, looking towards your friends and disappearing in a shadow. I will just reveal a picture in roll 20 of a dark-clad woman looking in your direction in an ominous way. Not that one. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
Okay. Hang on a sec, guys. My wife just arrived with food, so I'm going to be going dark for a sec.
Cool, no problem. This is the
Oh, that doesn't look friendly.
clad woman looking in the direction of your friends. Now, would you please do me a law demon monster?
I think I can do that. Yep. I think that's a good call.
That's
That's a good call.
biosuit.
56. Success by 6.
You think you might have heard of these. You've thankfully never met them. These are part of the Splugorth minions. But something more independent, so to speak, as far as you've heard.
As far as my character is
More-
concerned, slaver.
But this is more assassin-y. Not that it makes it better, but they usually don't participate in the slaving part. They are called the Sunage.
Well, anybody that worked for the Splugorth is fair game for me. Wonder if I can sneak up on her.
Well, she disappears in a puff of blackness, but you do notice her for a while at this small juncture. Do you follow your friends in your prowling position?
Yes, I will follow my friends in the prowling position, and I will have my spirit bow at the ready.
Good.
And if she so much as takes an extra step towards them, it looks funny.
You don't notice her again for now, but actually, do you have law magic?
I do not have lore magic.
No, then no worries. Then you just saw her disappear in blackness. And you don't sense her presence yet. However, you approach what is as it would be impossible to cross because you reach a river. And you do see the ruins of a former bridge in the water, but you also notice a building kind of just tumbled over to form a new bridge. It looks like somebody just Superman style just knocked a building down. And you probably will have to cross that bridge-ish or the water to get to Coney Island according to the map that Demetrius had. What do you wish to do?
Yeah, we can go ahead and cross.
It's no problem getting on the bridge. Well, it is a bit tough getting on it, but no climbing checks or anything like that. The biggest danger is cutting yourself on a piece of debris, but you all have armor or empty sea skin, so no problem. You get on top of it and walk across, and you all notice circling shadows in the water. Kind of like small-sized Loch Ness shaped shadows.
Whoa, Nessie!
These could be those Dino Men everyone was talking about. They live in water, right?
Can I use xenology? Can I use my xenology to try and figure out what it is?
Well, you can definitely give me a roll.
I want to start sneaking.
You can definitely do me a roll. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I did well there.
Can't type.
Well, while the other roll is waiting. Oh, good. Excellent. Well, you don't recognize the creature in its own, but you do notice that this has to be an amphibious creature. It will probably come up for air every now and then in the way it moves. You
Can I-
notice.
Sorry, can I make a lore demon and monsters?
Oh, you can.
Okay.
It seems like there's some seal or something similar in the genetic makeup. But you also notice quite a big amount of strength in these creatures. They could probably rip a normal person in half with the way they're swimming.
25 success. Success by 25 for lore demons and monsters.
Yep.
Well, do they have fingers
You
or
are-
fins, or are they?
It looks like fins, but it's hard to see because it's mainly the silhouette. You don't see silhouette of arms, but small digits, so to speak, on their bodies.
Oh, is that how I do it?
Yeah, how much do you have in low demon monsters?
49.
Just remove the
Oh.
spaces.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Sorry.
Oh, you I thought you rolled a 49. Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought so too. I still make it?
Cool. You both of you are quite sure that you've never really heard of anything like this before. It's not a magical monster for that's common anyway. If it is a magical monster, it's only from here. You're not even sure it's magic, really. Actually, you both have senses that would extend enough that no, these seems to be more like, well, beings, DBs maybe. Nothing supernatural about them.
Can I use I want to use telepathy on one of them. See if I can read the thoughts.
Cool. I'll just roll a save versus psionics. Just a minute. Oh, you feel a very angry, very closed mind quickly as one of the circling shapes begins to more directly go towards the bridge.
They're angry and they're heading towards the bridge there.
The one you're standing on.
Yeah, they're headed towards our bridge.
Well, I guess we need to get across the bridge as quickly as possible now to find solid ground and cover.
Yep, I'd say we double time it.
Cool.
Rustra, let's run.
Why don't you all make me a dodge roll, basically? See how well you do that to see how fast you get across. Well, you also have your speed, but still. How, well, Dave, you don't have to because you can just fly, so you just...
Yeah.
Oh, you said a dodge roll?
But I'm still...
Yeah, just a dodge roll.
I'm still with my friends, so I'm going to be... bloop, 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 bloop. You know.
But you're definitely gonna be the fastest one, so you can just keep up with.
Really? My running.
Yeah, with your flight speed.
No,
I mean
my running.
Oh, your shape changed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot your shape changed.
My running speed is 25.
So it's also just a dodge roll from you to see how fast you get across, but it seems to be good so far.
Okay, hold on, let me get.
So I guess this pulls me out of prowl.
If you want to run, then yes. Sorry, Lustra, now that you finally made a prowl roll, but you are now visible once more. Fast and visible. Well, you all do very well, but
I failed.
Let's see that. Well, that's because you rolled a D100, didn't you? You roll a dodge roll, so you have to roll a D20 and add your dodge. Oh, what's your dodge bonus?
Oh, Remy, you got my luck with Roll20 tonight.
I think I failed.
Well, it's not a normal roll. So how much is a dodge bonus?
I
think it's 10. Yeah,
really has
10.
A 10. Okay, it's not all bad then. Well, you all run. Remy, you find it a bit hard to navigate on this without falling into the window holes of this former building, and are lagging a bit behind as you see this shadow that they talked about approach. And you see something jumping out of the water, and I will reveal a very strange-looking, almost dinosaur-ish creature. Combine a man, a dinosaur, and a seal, and you have an idea until you get the reveal. Yes, it is now revealed.
Oh, that thing.
That is jumping up, trying to bite you, Remy.
I will give up an attack to go intangible.
That is quite fair. It passes through you, much to its annoyance. It looks at you while it's going through you and snaps a bit after you again try a couple of more times before it jumps on the other end of the bridge and falls down into the water again, and you can make it across from there. You all get to the other side and approach Coney Island. I really need to go to the bathroom, some very short break, but I'll be back very shortly.
And if it's your first time watching us, please hit that follow button down at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. That is the most important thing to us. And if you want to check out some of the other episodes, we do have a link on the About page that will take you to the YouTube, where all of our old episodes are posted. And then I'll do the closing stuff. So tomorrow night we will be back 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time for the continuation of our Tomb of Annihilation stream, 5th edition D&D. Monday we will be back 8:30 to 10 for the Star Trek, the crew of the USS Norway. As the ship is just continually falling apart around them. And then Tuesday, we'll be back 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For the continuation of our Conan series, led by our very own Chance here. And then Billy F. and Wildstar, we always guest spot on his show afterwards, which is usually 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. After that, Wednesday, we will be taking a break this Wednesday, as we are preparing for our first live stream where the entire cast of the Thursday show will be in one spot together, and that will be 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time this Thursday, and then of course we'll be back next Saturday to continue after we are done here today. So.
Good timing, I see. So, you cross this bridge and continued onwards in this mad, mad land. I would like you all, except for Illustra, because she's just blessed like that, to make me a save versus psionics, because we're getting to that part.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Felix is not good at saving against these voice things, just in general.
I got.
It's
Okay,
from
then
opening
you
himself up to the
actually
spirits too much.
pass. You just passed then.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And Demetrius.
I'm with you, Bill.
Oh, dang, dang, dang. Okay. You all get a very strange sensation of all, well, except for Remy and Illustra, which everything is just normally weird, you know, normally building, melting stuff. The rest of you are now standing in a very strange world, much less technological. There's a battle going on between these strange pig-nosed DB-looking things. You probably recognize them as orcs, Demetrius, because you've been around. And apparently humans. Also, a lot of dragons are fighting each other in the sky as well. It seems like they really want to hurt each other, and you seem to be caught up in this, as you all are wielding swords and are chopping away for your life. Illustra and Remy, you see your friends behaving very oddly. They look blank for a second, and then begin fighting the air with much gusto. For the young boy, who's also a dragon, it looks kind of silly because, well, I don't know, do you have weapon proficiency sword
Nope.
save? No, then it looks very strange. He just kind of hits the air a bit.
I'm just doing Tron
looking
guy.
like he's holding something. while Felix and Demetrius looks like they're actually wielding something, although, again, at the air. And move on towards attacking a fire hydrant, which they seem very, very upset about its presence.
Have at thee, knave!
I'm gonna go over and shake Felix a few times. I'm like, hey, what's going on with you?
While you're on your way towards Felix, please roll me a perception check. Remy, you can roll me a perception check as well. Not that it would be as much dramatic, but still. No, you don't notice. Cool. Excellent. Well, you try to shake Felix, who apparently is fighting something that is above your head and tries to get at it, moving you aside. Felix, apparently your squire wants you to get away from the battlefield because you'll get hurt and you're the last of your line. So he's trying to drag you away, but you will have none of this. You are a hero.
When these psionics,
We must not
Remy,
run away. We must save the day.
Exactly. Remy, what do you do?
during his psionic attacks and the other ones before, have I noticed anything registering on my radio?
No, not anything different than what you usually get. It is really weird and scrambled while you're in New York. It's been a lot of noise that really shouldn't be there, like signals that's not really signals, more ghost signals, but nothing different from that.
All right, so I go over to Kiri, and I, snap my fingers. Hey, are you with us?
You get a small slap that actually hurts quite a lot. Not anything with damage, but
Okay.
still, because
Yeah.
don't worry, he's not in front of you. But it's a very strong little boy. Very
Very strong little boy that does mega damage with punches.
Exactly. Fortunately for him, he's just in your way of your fist and not in the way of your fist. Exactly. Remy, you do notice that someone seems to be approaching.
From behind me?
No, not prowling, just approaching. Seems to be dragging some sort of object. Could be a sword.
I bring my rifle up. So I drop out of tangibility. I bring my rifle up in my scope and I point at him. I say, state your purpose.
You pointed at the silhouette that emerges from the
Yeah,
ruins.
I say it loud enough to get anyone's attention who's with us.
Just a minute. I will just reveal a picture of the man emerging. While you see that it seems like a human, very physically fit. Wearing armor, but it seems archaic at first sight, but you do notice some wiring. It seems like it's modern armor made to look like archaic armor. He looks like he normally probably would be extremely handsome. Although at the moment he has quite wild eyes and dragging what is definitely not a weapon, but he's holding it like it's one. This is a drainage pipe that seems to be in his hand. He's holding it like a sword. I will... We get to here and reveal... Just a minute. Stupid buttons. He looks like this.
Mulligan!
He is the greatest swordsman in all the land.
Do not worry, fair maiden, for I am here to rescue you, he says. Illustra, you can't help but notice this shout, especially because you've heard this voice before.
Mav Mardigan.
You turn around and see Sir Crow.
Oh, good. I'm going to run over and throw my arms around him.
He does hug you while slowly putting you a bit behind him. But it's in a weird way because it doesn't seem like he's actually present. It seems like you're just kind of part of a dance he's
Well, I'm
doing.
not letting go. He's gonna have to fight me.
And you notice, but he doesn't. He just kind of pushes you, and you just hang around his abdomen, really. But you do notice in his eyes something you didn't notice when you met him last. Back then, he was heroic. Everything in him shone like a hero should. This man was meant to be destined for greatness, to fight the greatest of monsters, to rule lands in goodness and stuff like that. Now, there's just desperation, fear, emptiness. And he, with you attached, run towards the fire hydrant and joins the battle.
I see.
Together we shall defeat this foe! Aha!
Do not worry, men, for I, Sir Cole, is here.
Oh.
Sir Cole!
I will now allow our 3 players to make me another save versus psionics to see if they continue in this epic battle.
I'm good!
Here's a question. Would Mind Block help?
Yes, but you can't activate it in your state.
Fair
Remy,
enough.
you don't need to roll because you already saved. So.
Okay.
Oh, Bill is very, very much this. Oh, this fire hydrant has to die.
Okay, save versus psionics.
I actually succeeded.
+2.
I mean, I
did.
tied, but
Oh, that's a success. There's a target number, so it's fine.
barely pulling myself out like from a bad dream.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
Psychic sleep paralysis.
so it is now only the Greek god Demetrius and this, well, not Greek, but still godlike man attacking this now really quite ruined fire hydrant with great gusto as two of you step back and notice what's going on.
My rifle does SDC damage setting, doesn't it?
It does have a
So-
setting, yeah.
And who's still captured by this? You said Demetrius and who else? And Cole.
Cole.
All right,
Yeah.
so I stun Cole. I see if he's my guinea pig.
You shoot a couple of STC
Yeah,
shots
just
at
to see
him.
if I can stun him into
Yeah.
correctness.
Well, you don't need to roll anything. Doesn't seem to snap him out of it.
I
He does seem to be far along. When you look at him and Demetrius at the same time, you see Demetrius is just kind of caught up, whereas Sir Cole seems to be very long.
So I tell
He has been here for some time.
the guys that I don't know how long they're. I don't know what's going on, but I can just stun them, and we can carry them away from this area and see if that
I sing.
You sing, and it's a very good song. It doesn't, however, snap either Sir Cole or Demetrius out of it.
That was not the
there.
time.
Well, I'll give Demetrius another save, actually. Bill, roll me another save.
I'm all about singing. I just think now is not the time for that.
I got a 12.
12. Are you a minor psychic?
No, I just have bonuses because of me being an Atlantean.
Oh, no, but if you were a minor psychic, 12 would have been enough. So no, you continue the battle. Elasper, you wanted to sing as well?
No, I was saying I think now's not the time to sing because we
Oh.
have to save these guys.
So what do you want to do?
All right, let's just grab. I'll grab one of them, Cole, and
I've already got
I'll
him.
entertain him. Actually, can I use? Can I? Oh, you already got him. Who's then Demetrius? I'll use trust. Maybe I can persuade him with trust, and we can just get them out of the area to continue going on our way.
Oh, well, you can try and snap him out of it with it. Do me a roll, see how well you do.
All right.
I think this is a fairy tale, so I think I'm gonna try to break it with True Love's Kiss.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try something else because that didn't work.
Demetrius kind of shoves you aside again, not seeing you as an enemy, but more as an obstacle in his battle against the mighty fire hydrant. Elastra, you lean in and you feel the birds are singing in your brain. You notice that the background is fading away into great big colors and everything seems just right as you finally found your true prince and know that this will break the curse that has fallen him. And you lean in to kiss him and your lips meet and you sense the magic not happen. As he again sort of shoves you aside and fights on.
Oh, well.
I don't know that now's the time for making out.
No time for that, Dr. Jones.
It's supposed to work.
Can I scan the area with my X-ray and see if anything is being agitating the situation?
You do notice that there's some movement in the far area, kind of maybe observing you, but nothing approaching that should be in danger range for now.
Can I use my scope and try to get a better sight on what's scoping us, what's prowling us?
Yeah, you can. I'll just get you back to the mutant part.
Kira's just looking around. It's like, what's going on?
So, Felix basically at this point, and I know you're looking some stuff up, but Felix basically at this point is, if they're not going to get hurt themselves and they're not hurting one of us, I'm going to not, like, try to knock them out or anything. But if it looks like they're about to start stabbing each other, then I'll step in. But until then, I'm just trying to sing at them and get their attention and call to them. And
yeah,
I'm gonna sit down and
that
pout.
sounds reasonable. But I tell them, I say I think we're being watched, and I have my rifle. I change it from SDC setting to mega damage setting, and I use my scope to see if I can get a better visual.
You notice some of the ones I've just revealed, again, in the distance, watching. Just kind of enjoying the show, it seems. But as the fire hydrant is a fire hydrant, and we are dealing with a true Atlantean with a fire sword and a cyber knight with a side sword, it quickly disintegrates into nothingness. And as it does, Demetrius, you just kind of snap out of it.
Okay. What was I just doing?
And Cole, however, just sinks down and just blanks. And this is where we'll end today's session.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Thank you everybody, all cast and crew, and then anybody who was sticking with us through it in chat. Appreciate everything. And we kind of did the outro already, but tune in. We stream 6 nights a week. Check out the website. It's got a bunch of stuff on the different streams. And let's get a little raid going here. Ooh, let's see here. I think I know who we're gonna go with. We're gonna return the favor from the other night. We have a premiere they're doing tonight on a new game, so Ward 47. So join the raid. Make your presence known, but only be annoying enough to let them know that we're there. Be polite and support tabletop role-playing streams. Until next time, bye everybody.
Bye.
All right.